Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I want to talk some more on staying healthy uh, in in the heat and as you get older. And now I don't have to think about running a bicycle. I gotta watch, make sure I'm not going to wreck. That's don't want to add another problem to what you know any health issues by an injury. But anyway, uh, so I've sat down here, and here I'll let you take a look. This is what I'm under a shade tree, and I'm just kind of looking over the pond and just kind of thinking. And that's what I want to do is kind of share a little bit of something. Um, One thing now, things I think I'm a little different than a lot of folk. I love uh, I love talking and listening. I love listening more than anything, but like I say, I don't have anybody to talk to, and I got to do the talking myself. But I've learned a lot from older people, and I mean, we're talking. When I was 18 in Vietnam, I was learning from 19, 20-year olds. So I learned early on, keep your ears open, and to the people that know what they're talking about. And how much of this applies to me, I just need to filter all that stuff out. But if I don't have the information, I won't get anything. This is what I want to talk a little bit more on the heat thing. Um, I've had to change. I talked about my foot was hurting. They'd call it like a bone spur or something like that. It's not what it is, and it's not like I don't, you know, trust the medical people. But like I say, I'm one of these things. I got to know for myself. I don't just blindly trust people, and it turned out that's not what it is. So what I've had to do, I mentioned what I did in the first video on the bicycle. I talked about them, electrolytes and the minerals, and this. Well, this is something else that kind of dawned on me. I've had two heat strokes, I think you call them. I mean, I wasn't hospitalized, but I should have been. Like I say, it takes a lot for me to go to the hospital. It takes a lot for me to go to a doctor. But it was pretty bad. And one was I was cleaning my restaurant. I close everything up, turn off the exhaust fans, and I steam it out. I clean it all up. And you don't do that in the summer. It got me. And another time when I was in crossing the Yucatan Peninsula on a motorcycle with Xena. And you go to my website, NoStressMike.com, and look under Xena's page, and you'll see something about Xena. We took the motorcycle from Panama to Canada and back again, and we drove all around Central America and Mexico. But anyway, I going across the Yucatan Peninsula. She went out first. She got sick, and I thought I lost her from the heat. And then I did make it. Finally, I made it to a hotel, and I got a stories talking about that. But I ended up passing out, and it took me a while recovering and getting on the Pedialyte, whatever that baby water stuff, high in electrolytes. And now as I think about it, maybe that's why the babies have the same thing as the old people do. But I noticed this time, I say I'm never here in the heat. And '03 I left, and I don't come around in the heat. Well, I'm gone. So this time I'm having to deal with this heat, and I kind of forgot how to do it all. And the one thing I noticed, I have been getting diarrhea. Not as bad as it should have been, and that's because I knew there was something wrong. I don't wait to get really bad, but I knew, hey, there's something wrong here. And now it's in the morning, and I'm more alert, and I'm thinking and stuff. I mentioned also, I thought this was all 70 years old, just turned 70. So I thought, well, maybe when you turn 70, all this stuff happens to you. But I've noticed I've been forgetting. I'll forget something, or I'll set something down. I'll forget these are things that it's not just a little thing. It's been happening that really concerned me. And now I'm putting all this stuff together. It happens more in the afternoon when you get hot. Even though I'm in the air conditioning and stuff like that, there's something not quite right. And that's been concerning me. And all this, I thought, man, you're getting old, Mike. And it's not. It's the climate. I'm trying to adapt to the climate. And I'm wondering how many people this is going through. I'm thinking about this stuff. And I know there's a lot of people that don't think about nothing. When I do my Hoi Chi and I'm working on people, I'm surprised how much people don't realize what's going on in their bodies. They just kind of just go with the flow, and whatever happens, happens, and they don't have any idea that they've got a certain amount of control over all this. And the more control you have is the better. The less control you have, that means you're all screwed up. And but anyway, so I've noticed because even yesterday afternoon I was working on the computer in the air conditioning, and man, my brain started slowing down and stuff like this. And so, and like I said, working on the computer, I don't read real good anyway, and it was tough. And so. And I've noticed a lot of things that are really getting difficult for me, and I'll make decisions that aren't as good as they should have been, and that's because I didn't have them fully thought out. And that's another reason why I'm looking for another car. I'm no hurry. I'm just kind of taking my time. I don't want to make any mistakes on this kind of stuff. I'm trying to figure out something that's going to work for me and for Rex. But what I'm going to start doing now is when in the afternoon when it gets hot, especially when it gets into the 90s, that's when I really can tell there's something going on. And at least now I get into the air conditioning. Before I wouldn't even go into the air conditioning. I stayed under the shade trees. Being out here in the country, it's really nice out here. But I didn't realize just the heat, even though I'm not doing any work and stuff, is still pulling all these minerals and stuff out of me. So that's why now when it gets into the 90s, I go inside and get in the air conditioning. And even further that, I don't nap. I never take a nap. But now when my brain starts getting a little fuzzy, when I'm not as alert and things like that, I'm not going to fight it. I'm just going to go on and take a nap. And I notice now, no, I don't take naps. And when I do, it really messes me up. I've noticed now when I take a nap, it doesn't, I just took a nap. And that's it. It doesn't really burn my brain because my brain's already blurred already. So. But anyway, so I'll just work on the computer when I go in, and then I say my brain gets fuzzy, I'll take a nap. But you need to be concerned on these older people. If you are an older person, you need to start paying more attention. And if you know somebody that's, your parents or friends, relationship that's getting older, you got to watch out. They're going to get themselves, they're going to do something too much, they're going to get sick. And like I say, for me, I've got a little bit of sick, but I've never got a lot sick doing too much. But now I got to do less work, and I do it early in the morning. That's what this morning, that's all I did is I went around and I checked the place out, seeing what I need to do tomorrow. So in the way of physical labor, it'll be tomorrow morning. I'm getting everything lined up what I need to do tomorrow morning. And like I say, now I'm just going to just sit back, think. And I notice I don't get blurry brain now. Well, yeah, why not? Under a shade tree, nice cool breeze early in the morning. And but like I say, come afternoon, it gets in the mid 90s. I know it's going to be difficult. It's been like that. Yesterday was real noticeable. And I was with somebody yesterday. So normally I'm by myself out here. This has been an experience out here, being by myself. So, and like I say, so I've had weird things happen, and I haven't been able to click it because I haven't had anybody to, share ideas with. We just kind of, I like to BS. We just kind of just throw things back and forth and find out what's going on. I don't have nobody. I'm out here by myself. That's one thing about Rex. She's not real talkative. And but anyway, but even she'll slow down a lot. And like I say, so I gotta watch out for both of us. But anyway, there's something to think on. This Mike, NoStressMike.com.